Hello world and welcome back to Final Fantasy X. Now where we left off was we completed like the tutorial, the first boss. We synthesized the entire Elbad language from my previous playthrough on another saved file. And we're going to continue along this path. I had to think for a second, I don't know why. Now before you continue any further, when you reach this fork, you're going to come over here all the way down. It's a safe path, doesn't really lead anywhere, but it leads to a somewhat useful item, a high potion. And before I continue, I will say, again, there may or may not, oh, this is a disclaimer, of course. There may or may not be some cheating later on in the game. I can't tell you when it'll happen, if it'll happen at all. It may happen. And I apologize to anyone that completely dislikes that or will not sub to my channel or will dislike this video for the cheating. Again, there are things that I simply am not skilled enough to do, so if it requires me to do something that I can't do to get like a celestial weapon or a sigil or anything of the like, or if it's very time consuming, then I simply cannot do it. But I will try my best and we'll see where it goes. Now there was another reason I was going to say this, and that is that I don't know if anyone can tell, I'm running a max of 30 frames per second. I'm not confident I can run it any higher than that. I don't know if I really even want to. But there's going to be some frame rate issues here and there. It might dip to 25, maybe a bit lower, no lower than 20. But between 20 and 30 is where it'll stay at. And right now, for the most part, I've only seen it go lower than 28 to 30. So, you know, it might be a little bit choppy is what I'm saying. So, hopefully people don't mind that either. Anyway, we just got the high potion from that chest, so we are all set to continue along this path. Sorry to take up so much time just writing or saying disclaimers and stuff like that, but, you know, anyway. Now if we go here... Jeez, this bridge doesn't look so stable. Who'd that guy? That got big! Huge! The fuck with that? Oh my god! Ah! I'm gonna shut up now. Okay, now at this point, just swim towards the safe point. I'm sure you can swim in any other direction, but if you do, it just leads into this cutscene. Now with this one, I've never lost. I've heard people have lost this battle somehow, but the basic premise is to kill two of the fish, they're the Sahajins, and the last one will... You'll see when I kill two. It's not that hard of a battle. If you're lucky, you can kill them in one hit. Titus won't take much damage, and you'll get an overkill on each one. That time I didn't, but oh well. Now you'll see what happens to the third one. Now, I just gotta note the music here. I'll admit, compared to the old soundtrack versus the new one, this is one of the songs that I feel got the worst change. Because it sounds so distinctively different. It doesn't sound better. It's not terrible, but I personally like the original better. to sound like an epic song when you're facing a new, huge monster like this. If you're playing it for the first time, it gives a sense that this is a true danger. It's fight or be killed, and you're not sure how to go about this. But for this guy, it's fairly straightforward. Just keep slashing him, and tiny bit of a spoiler, this time he cannot kill you. If you end up, I don't know, fighting him again later, though. Yeah, as you can see, it's basically like the very first boss fight. He will not kill you. The most he can do is just damage you, and he'll reduce your HP by a set amount, but it never straight up kills you.
I had made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer. I thought I was gonna die in this place.
You know, I gotta wonder, like, did Orin ever think Titus would end up in a place like this? Was he counting on it? And where did Orin end up after this? That's what I never understood.
Need fire.
Okay. So right now you have to build a fire. Anyone getting flashbacks to Minecraft? I think I said the wrong game. Maybe, I don't... You know what? Yeah. Okay, so this is where we came from. Like an idiot, I went backwards. Now, if you come down here, here's another save point. In case that boss fight did do a lot of damage to you. Again, we'll do a new save. And I think if we go in here... Okay. Now you come up to this desk, examine it, and you'll find flint. I don't recall if there's anything else. But we will exit out of here. We don't need to use a save point again, but we do... Whoa. What's going on here? Okay, this is a creepy statue. Huh. That's weird. I've played this game, I'm exaggerating, but hundreds of times. I've never noticed this camera angle when you go up to the statue. Why, though? Is there some major importance? I mean, I guess behind him could be... Nah, I have a theory of what might be behind that door way behind him. I don't want to give it away, though, in case people have played this before. But that's the only reason I can think of why it would zoom in like that. Anyway, now you want to come up here, and it should lead you to the staircase with a chest here. Again, I never knew this chest was here originally. I had to look it up in a walkthrough before I figured it out. Now you just have to come up these stairs, and right over here, you get a withered bouquet. That will help start the fire, but you're not completely done yet. Keep going up the stairs through that doorway, all the way down this... Oh, I was going the right way. Down this hallway or pathway. You'll find another chest. High potion. Alright, now we're not too bad. If we get into a tight spot in a battle, we can heal. Now if we go down here, back to the main hall we go. And if you look on the mini-map in the top left corner, you'll see that purple pinkish X. Go right up to the logs, examine. And there we go with the fire.
I need food. What do you want?
It was a bad call. Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
Who, me?
You cried.
Hey, wait! Don't go out on me! Just hold on. I'll get more wood. Give me a break!
Okay, I'm not sure whether to call this a boss fight or not, but it's basically a tutorial boss, and you'll see why. Now, for the first part of this fight, just keep attacking. If you're lucky, Titus will dodge just like that. If you're not so lucky, most likely he'll get to critical, maybe low critical, like when you deal enough damage to this guy. But, you know, that can be rectified very easily with a potion or two. And thankfully I'm getting pretty lucky. He's dodging the attacks. I dealt enough damage, so...
You on my side? Cool!
Using grenades. Now, there are abilities like use, or under the special category, such as use and other stuff like that. Riku, I gave away a spoiler. You know, oh well, it's 2017. This game originally came out in 2001, 2002, so anything I say here is no longer spoiler. Fair game now. Riku will automatically start off with special, in the special menu with use and throw. Or, I'm sorry, use and steal. I am terrible at this walkthrough stuff. Anyway, let me demonstrate. Steal or use. We'll use a grenade, since we can't choose any other option. And it'll deal pretty good damage, more than either Titus or Riku can deal at this point. And from here, you just keep attacking. Now you can keep using the rest of your grenades, seeing as how you only have one left. But I like to steal until this thing has no more grenades left. Okay, Titus is getting pretty low, but I think he can last one more hit unless he can dodge it. So we'll just keep going. We'll go steal. Oh, and I forgot to change up some of the settings for the game. Titus again, so we'll just attack. Riku's still doing fine. Titus didn't get hit, so we can keep stealing. 2 grenades, nice. And she can go again. Now, what's cool about any special abilities or skills or anything is not all of them, but some of them allow a character to recover faster with that turntable on the right corner. And because they can recover faster, they can take more turns, or their turns will come up faster. So if I just have Riku keep stealing, then she'll keep getting more turns faster and faster. Well, not really faster, but more often. Couldn't steal anything. That might mean he's out of stuff to steal. But if I keep going in this pattern, and if they keep dodging, then we'll keep going as long as we need. Now you might be able to tell that Riku isn't stealing as much or as often. That's because every time you steal, it reduces the percentage of actually stealing from an enemy by a certain amount. And that means every time you steal successfully any other time after that, it keeps reducing itself by a specific degree or specific percentage until you basically can't steal from it anymore. I don't know the exact mathematical equations for it, but basically keep stealing until you can't anymore. I'm going to attack. I think I'll have Riku use a grenade because we got 5, and that might kill this guy. And there we go. Okay, so what you saw was we got sphere levels, that's what they're called, and AP. It's basically experience, and every time it goes down to 0, it'll refresh itself, for the AP I mean. But when it does reach 0, you get 1 point, and I'll explain that in a second when we get to that part. And 2 ability spheres. Again, you'll see what those are used for if you don't know already.
Phew. That was close. Hey, let me go!
Redek Drak! Ifin, Irisa Tekiaka! Wag Edeku! Kemed?
Fed! Trivida Grisa!
Drelnia Drakisha Dave.
Ifun Petit, Fapuneket Fedrik. Kuno.
Ked, Daija.
Hey, that hurts!
Musujek, Rain?
Whoa. Okay.
Canis!
Right, whatever.
Tui
good kabeg?
I said I don't understand.
Akomala!
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
And as you can see in those cutscenes, like I said before, we've already learned the language, so everything they say is going to be translated. Also, these guys are Al Bhed. We're going to come over here. We're going to save it again. Now, there is a... I don't know what to call it, but it's a short cutscene, I guess. Where if you come over here and examine this crane arm... Wait. I'm sorry, over here and examine the crane arm.
What's this? Some kind of crane?
Rahui! Kadya vijavonu strana!
All right. You don't have to shout.
Huh. For anyone playing this as a new game, take note of this. Take note of the landscape of this ship, as well as that crane. Might come in handy. Also, I apologize in advance. I just realized something. Because I got all the Al Bhed primers, I can't show you the location of where they all are. Some of them are given to you by NPCs, so that's not a bad thing. I can show those off. However, the Al Bhed primers, like a good amount of them, are found in the open world laying on the ground or otherwise. I can tell you that there is one somewhere on the ship. I think it's like right over here or down here or somewhere on this ship. Basically, if you come to the save sphere, you'll save sphere. God damn it. You'll see it pretty easily laying on the ground. I don't remember where they all were. I'll do my best to remember, or at least tell you a general area in which one can be found. I apologize for that in advance. I didn't think that through when I loaded the Al Bhed Primer Dictionary. Now, if you come over here, I can't speak. Please forgive me. I never took public speaking class. If you talk to this guy right here, if you're near death, really near death, use this. He gives you 3 potions. Talk to him again. He basically says, take a hike. He calls you a weakling.
Sujait! Kadufun et setedamo!
Brother yells at you to... I gave away another character. He's brother. He's Riku's brother. Game over, man. Game over. Now, if you talk to Riku...
Oh, almost forgot.
Now, if you're new to Final Fantasy X, they're going to teach you how to use the basic sphere grid. Remember, I'm using the expert sphere grid, so it works the same way, just the layout doesn't apply. Select sphere grid from the main menu. The cursor appears as selected. You know, if you want, you can pause it, read the instructions. I know how to do this, so I'm not going to bother reading them. But I will pause long enough for you guys to pause the video and read how to do it. I'm sure that this game's old enough, so I'm sure anyone can figure out how to use it or how it's used and stuff like that. So, you know, we'll just go through this quickly. The gist of it is, after every battle, you get experience. When your accumulative experience goes to 0, and it'll count down, like, say Titus has 500 and he just earned 300, it'll go from 500 to 200, so he only needs 200 more before he, I guess, levels up. And that will be his sphere level. And you can use those sphere levels to move on the sphere grid. Each of those nodes or circles that you see on the map right now, that counts as one sphere level. Sometimes he'll get a bonus, sometimes he won't. One sphere level counts as one sphere node, most of the time. The only time where it doesn't is if you're backtracking. And usually, if I remember right, moving back 4 empty spheres, or not even empty, just 4 spheres that you've already gone past, that will take up 1 sphere level. So yeah, this is basically this. Oh, sorry, I skipped that too fast. This is basically the game's way of leveling characters up. And the cool thing about it is it's 100%, yeah, 100% customizable. Maybe not right away, but eventually it will be. The only exception are for, you know, white magic, black magic, skills, special abilities, and the like. Stats and otherwise, I should have said this, but stats and otherwise are 100% customizable at one point or another in the game. So, like, right now, Titus is going to be focused on, you know, strength and, well, maybe not strength, but more agility, speed, and the like. If you have the right spheres, he can be very well tuned more towards magic. And likewise, Yuna is tuned towards magic. She can be a physical attacker if you want her to. At first, that kind of sounds cool, and it definitely is when they do it right, such as, probably not a good example, such as Final Fantasy XII. However, that's also a problem. Like I said before, at end game, the characters become exact clones of each other. And as I described, a physical attack from one character will do the same damage as a physical attack from another character, and that another character could be geared towards magic mostly. But if they have 255 magic, 255 being the cap, and 255 strength, depending on the defense and magic defense of the enemy you're fighting, they may do the same physical damage as magical damage. So, to put it this way, say Titus and Yuna are in the party. Again, a character that appears later on, I should have said Riku. Anyway, say Titus and Yuna are in the party. They could both attack the enemy with 255 strength, and let's say the enemy has 0 defense. Yuna is a white mage. She will deal max damage. Titus is not a white mage, but he will deal max damage. It'll show up later, and you'll start to understand more if you don't already, but, you know, you can basically make your characters all the same. You can make them all balanced. You can make one character a tank, one character a magic, one who's balanced. Essentially, you have the ability to make your characters however you want. Now, I'm going to skip through all this faster because you'll see how I develop my character. Get out of your mouse. You'll see how I develop my characters over time. I have a general idea, and I'm going to give credit to this to, let's see if I remember the YouTuber's name, Veteran0121. I don't know if he's still making videos. Last time I watched his entire playthrough was like a couple years ago, so I'm sure he's still making them. He was really good about this entire playthrough. He was very detailed. He knew the good strategies to fight enemies, and basically I went into the game as a learning process, and I learned what I learned just by playing the game. Everything else that I didn't know, I learned from him, just by watching his videos and commenting on some of them. I will probably go ahead and leave a link in the description leading to his channel. So if you guys want to check it out, feel free to. Let's see if I can even find him. I'm sure he's still around. He's got to be. But yeah, with what I have in mind for the characters and the builds I want to do, I might lean towards his, where I make one a tank and, you know, other stuff like that. But that'll come, more or less, that'll come much later, so I'm not too worried about it now. Anyway, we got through that tutorial, and given the time, I might save. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and save the game, because I apologize for not doing too much. It was a lot of explaining. But for the new people, for the people that are new to this game, and I don't know why you wouldn't be, it's a little bit, there's a lot to go over. And for those who are already familiar with the game, I apologize for explaining a whole lot. It's only in this part until we reach Besaid. From there, it should be far less explaining, and we'll get right into it. Anyway, I saved the game, so that'll be it for now. Thank you everybody for watching. I will make more videos of this. You'll see parts coming out here and there. Again, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do it like 2 videos a day again, just Final Fantasy or not, or if I'm going to do like 1 video Final Fantasy, another one whatever. But we will see. I'll upload this when I can, and what? Oh, damn. Anyway, that'll be it for now. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, world!